right, guys, before we get into this video, I want to be very clear. There are a couple of goals I set for myself when I'm making this. Number one is make it as cheaply as possible. And number two is make it as quickly as possible, right? So I'll be going through how I did some of those things. I don't want to sit there forever and work on stuff, but I also don't want to spend a ton of money. You know, the quickest way is just to have somebody else do it. But no, I want to do it, and I want to do it cheaply, and I want to do it quickly. And I don't want to invest a lot of time in it and do all this. Sometimes I do like investing time and having fun on it, but on this particular project, I just want to get it done, right? I just want the set, I just want to build it, just want to move on. So without further ado, let's get into it, and just keep in mind those two things. And I'll show you how to, number one, save money. You're not going to do it for free, but you are going to try and do it. We are going to try and do it for very, very cheap, and I'll tell you the secret sauce for that. Just real quick, I've been working on that diorama, and I have this giant chunk of foam. Now remember, boys and girls, when you're working with this foam and you're using it to create modeling pieces, make sure you do it outside with probably a gas mask, or what do they call it? The filter mask. A super well ventilated area where you're not going to get where you're not going to lose brain cells. So anyways, yeah, so find yourself some, if you don't want to pay for it, usually this is good. This comes with packing material, right? And you can use that. So we use this. One sec. Start creating pieces of modular terrain like this. Now you're going to tell me that, what is that? That looks like trash. Well, give it a minute. There are some things that we still got to do to it. Number one, just use some Elmer's glue and kind of stick these on there. And sometimes pile a couple of things of these on top of each other. And you can see how it starts to look. It starts to look pretty cool. But yeah, just some Elmer's glue and a couple of other little things that we're going to add to it. And it'll be a very modular piece of terrain that you can put, move it around in your set and make it do what you want it to do. So that was the point of it. And this was all free. This thing is free. So you don't have to go to Home Depot and get this. You can save some of this stuff that you get from the packing stuff. I mean, that pink stuff is great, but it's not cheap either. All right, so just real quick, what we're gonna do is take this and paint it. We're gonna do a base layer of just brown, and then we're gonna add some more stuff to it. But basically, I've just glued this with Elmer's glue, cut out a piece of it, and now we're just gonna paint it. I mean, it's not rocket science here. So now that we've got our two base, kind of give it a quick base paint for our modular. Again, modular here, because we want to change out the scenery sometimes and move these around, pieces of landscape. We're going to use this to add some texture to it, right? And I'm putting it in a box because usually if you're gonna do this, you want to do it in a container, because this stuff gets messy and it gets everywhere. So, and also I try to recycle some of it, because you could use this on a bunch of stuff, and it's not expensive, but it's not cheap. So if you can recycle some of it, then that's always a money saver as well. Let's see how it turns out. So you take some Elmer's glue and you kind of lay it on top, and then you spread it around with your finger. So now that you've got it in here, you kind of just randomly sprinkle some of this stuff on top of it from here. Just, come on, random sprinkles, randomness. All right, the harder way. One sec. You can also do it this way. Sometimes I do it this way. Just kind of sprinkle it on there like that. You don't have to be precise. Nature's not well, sometimes nature's precise, but for this, nah. All right, let me finish doing some more stuff on it, and I'll show you how it comes out. All right, guys, so there you have it. A quick little modular piece. And so what we'll do with this is, we can move these around. I'm still working on the much larger diorama, but sometimes your outside diorama needs to change for whatever reason. You need to add some shrubbery, you need to add some cover, you need to add, any number of different scenarios that you're working on, right? And so for that, you need different pieces of terrain that you can easily move about your diorama. This is a much larger one. So Anyways, I'm going to be working on that diorama. Hopefully you'll be done this weekend, and you guys can take a gander at that. We're also going to be working on how to build some trees for it as well, some modular trees. And hopefully that's not a huge deal. I'll show you guys how to do that. Hopefully very simple. And another thing I will always tell you, always look for the free stuff. Always look for the clearance stuff. Always look for the ads. It's no use doing this on the cheap if you're going to keep buying everything at full price. And remember, I told you this was the price for this stuff. I got 80% off of this. So just remember, keep an eye out seasonally for these sales, and then just get it done. Buy some of these supplies, so at a huge discount. So I'm always a big supporter of getting it as cheap as you can. Who's not smart enough to be looking out for a good deal? Anyways, guys, what do you think? Do you like this little modular piece? And you know what? We'll do one last shot out in the bigger diorama to see what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So here it is, kind of in a setting here. This is the outside diorama that I've been working on. We'll get to more of that in a minute. Again, I'm kind of do a series on these, but this is the first series, right? How to do some modular landscaping. Now these are small, and I want to be able to have some small different landscaping or modular landscaping, because we're going to probably move a lot. Here's another one, I kind of did real fast, because you want to kind of move these around, right? You want to kind of reset some of these. And this is, right now, this looks like AstroTurf. So, but we're going to fix that. Stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to give you the first in the series of how do you create some modular, movable pieces of diorama. And that's the first step, right? Next step is we're gonna fix all this up to where it looks nice and very natural. Then we're gonna work on some of that. There's a preview over there of some of that stuff. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you keep coming back for the channel, if you keep watching some of these videos, why not like and subscribe? Again, I don't lock myself into just toy hunts. I don't lock myself into reviews. I don't lock myself into dioramas or customs. I enjoy the entire hobby, and this is part of the hobby. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Again, if you keep coming back, I'd love to have you in the channel, and engage you and have some of the input. Let's enjoy the whole hobby. Again, if you're doing this and you don't have a smile on your face, you're doing it wrong. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.